Welcome to my Wednesday rambling. This is the fourth week of the message series, Preparing for the Kingdom. This week, behind the message series, there's a question. What sort of kingdom are we actually preparing for? From the reading from the prophet Jeremiah, our first reading for this weekend, we hear how Jeremiah is punished for speaking to the people about the coming challenges that would occur to them when Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, would overthrow the kingdom and take them into exile. His language, his challenges, his prophecy are not the things that the people wanted to hear, especially the rulers. And so they wanted to get rid of what they called was an unpopular prophet, somebody who was upsetting the people. And yet Jeremiah's message was very clear. They really did need to stop and to change, but they didn't, and they went into exile. The gospel tells us something of a similar situation, where Jesus speaks to the crowd and says, "I've come not to bring peace, but to bring the sword. And I have a fire, and I wish it were here already." He was saying to them that it isn't good enough to just exist in the system. There needs to be a response. And the response that Jesus is proposing, or at least suggesting is going to happen, is a response that's actually going to divide families. There will be people who once upon a time were comfortable living with each other, working with each other, but when they accept what the gospel means, they're going to change. And that change is not going to be popular. That change is frequently going to cause friction and tension in families and in communities. That's not Jesus' intention. It's the reality of what happens when somebody says yes to the good news and steps out to follow Jesus in faith. Now, we don't look for that kind of response. We don't look for those sort of things to happen to us, and we prefer that they didn't. But if we're going to be followers of the Lord Jesus, then sometimes we're going to be challenged to move out of our comfort zone, to move into a new experience, a new relationship with God. Please join me this weekend as we come to week 4 in this message series to hear what it means to prepare for the kingdom, not a kingdom of peace and tranquility, but rather a kingdom whereby we are challenged to say yes even in the most challenging of times. Take care, and I'll see you next time.